Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are just now joining, I post 2 to 3 times a week, and you can follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, both Sierra Cone. I had to get that out of the way because now we can talk about this little gem. This video is going to be on the Anastasia Soft Glam eyeshadow palette. It is the first time I've ever used this. The formula is the same as the Modern Renaissance palette, so if you are happy with that palette, then I think you would be happy with this one. I want to tell you right now, so when I saw that this was coming out, I was not interested in it at all. Absolutely not at all. I'm thinking it's going to be like another Naked 2 palette. Who needs another palette with a bunch of neutrals? Like, literally that's what went through my mind. There are so many neutral palettes out there that I'm thinking, what is this going to offer that people are actually going to want to buy it? So it came into my store, and obviously we got one to basically like a tester. So immediately I go over there and I'm like digging my fingers into it, because it's like the first thing I do with any product that we get that looks interesting to me, is I will swatch everything and test everything out on my hands and my arms. You guys, this palette looks so different to me in person than it does in like photos, because I mean it's beautiful in photos. I'm like looking at it right now. The colors in person do not look as neutral as I thought. Like literally I'm thinking like a naked, like Urban Decay Naked palettes is what I'm thinking of when I'm thinking of the Soft Glam. But looking at it in person, I honestly think this will be my next go-to palette. I was using Modern Renaissance pretty often, but this one by far, and I kid you not, this color specifically, this orange soda, is probably the whole reason I bought the palette in the first place. I absolutely love the orange soda color. The other few colors in here, I wanted to try the dark black, but I'll swatch that really quick actually. Boom. This shit is black. We'll see, it might be chalky. I don't know, who knows. No, that shit's pigmented. It was more, I just kind of was winging it, obviously, because I did 2 different eye looks. So I probably look cross-eyed because I did 2 like completely different eye looks, where this one bottoms out on the eye and this one's really soft under the eye and main focus up at the top. Obviously this is softer eye. This is more of a darker eye, but the way it is shaped, it is definitely more cat-like, and this one is more soft glam, I would say. I think this would be super cute if you had like fox freckles on it too with this eye look. Do you think? Maybe. I don't know. I really like both of them. I did 2 different eye looks. Obviously, I did a different one on my right side and my left side. My left side, I literally only used the palette, and my right side, I did, for the glitter, I used an Urban Decay little glitter liner, but everything else on it is the Soft Glam palette. So I used these shades all together, so I'm just going to name off everything that I did use on my eyes. I used Rose Pink, Sultry Bronze, Sienna Rustic, Cypress Umber, Fairy, and Tempera, and Dusty Rose. So I actually used, and Mulberry. I used Mulberry too in the orange soda, but I didn't name that one already. I used a lot of them. I mean, you can see how many I dipped into. So I guess the list would have been a lot shorter if I just named off what I didn't use. The palette retails for $42. Do I think it's worth it? Yes, I do. I think it is a great palette. I mean, this palette is really pretty, you guys. For a neutral palette, it's actually pretty colorful. It's just they're really soft colors. So looking at these together, I would definitely say they complement each other extremely well. Basically what one palette's missing, the other one has. Now that we know that I love the palette, let's jump right in, and I'm going to be using Rustic from the palette. My eyes and brows are already done, so I have set my eyes, and I'm just going to take Rustic and I'm going to put this directly into the crease, and I'm going to buff back and forth. Next, I'm going in with Tempera, and with this shade I'm going to be buffing out the Rustic color I just used. So I'm placing this under the brow, and I'm just going to do windshield wiper motions back and forth, back and forth. Now you have to be really careful with tempera because sometimes it can dilute the color, and as you can see, it's kind of making it a little bit like a darker brown instead of it being that nice warm brown it just was. So I went back in with rustic and added a little bit more, which then deepened the color. Now I'm going to be going in with cypress umber, and this color is to really deepen the outer portion of the eye. Now I'm going in with mulberry from the palette, and with this I'm going to then go over what I just did with rustic and tempera, and this is to change the hue of it. I love this red, you guys, so I really wanted to use it, and I really liked it because it started turning my eye to more of a plum color, which was super fun. Next, I'm going in with Max Fix Plus, and I'm going to take this and spray it on my brush and then dip into Fairy from the palette. And I'm going to be placing this on the top of my lid in the inner corner, because with this color, I want full pigmentation, which is why I used Fix Plus. But then I'm going to spray it again and then go back in with the bronze shade. And from here, I'm going to be packing this in the inner portion of my eye and kind of blending it between the Fairy color and the outer portion. Now I'm going to be using a NYX liquid matte liner, and this is just to finish off the look for now, because now I'm going in with the Urban Decay liquid heavy metal liner in the shade, I guess it's not a shade, you guys, but it's a Midnight Cowboy, and I absolutely love this glitter liner. Now I'm going in with rustic again, and this is to buff out the under portion of the eye. Next, I'm going to be popping on some lashes before moving on to the second eye look. Now for the second eye look. We're going to be taking orange soda, and I'm going to be placing this in the crease with a big fluffy brush. I then went back and forth and just really packed it on. I did end up switching brushes back to the brush that comes in the palette because I just felt like it picked up more pigment, which helped when I was trying to pack on orange soda because it is a really soft color. Then I took Fairy and placed it right under my brow. I thought this made it so pretty because it just had such a like yellow gold iridescent kind of look to it, and I loved it. Now I'm going to be going back into the palette to pick up some pigment from Dusty Rose, and I'm going to be taking this and placing it on the outer portion of the eye and kind of buffing inwards. Basically placing this over the lid because now I'm going back in with Rose Pink. And this color is really pretty. It's almost like a little bit of a champagne type of pink once I've placed it onto my lid. But I just take my finger and I pack that all over the lid where I just placed Dusty Rose. Now going back in with Sienna, I'm going to be taking this color and buffing this on the outer portion of the eye, keeping into that V shape and then pulling it beneath my eye. Next, I'll be taking NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and I'm going to be placing this on my waterline just to complete this look. And then I'm going to be taking a concealer brush and concealer and cleaning up the other eye to give it its full shape before putting my foundation on. And then once that is completely smooth and I'm happy with the shape, then I'm going to put my foundation on, and then I'm going to finish by topping everything off with my highlighter, and I'm using Marshmallow from the Sugar Glow Kit from Anastasia for that side, and then for this side, I'm using the color Starburst from the palette. I really hope you guys liked my review. I hope you liked the eye looks that I created with this. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video.
This world that I don't understand.